Hey, what's up, collecting crew? Welcome to my channel. I'm Jay Feezy, and this is Apparently Collecting. This is my first ever video and live stream, so I thank you for being here, whether you came here intentionally or you stumbled across this. But yeah, hopefully we're going to have fun and make this a memorable one. So let's kick it off. All right. Welcome, welcome. Hey, starting this off here, we got, you guys may know him, I don't know if you can tell who it is right now, but Pop Culture Dead Room, as I like to call him for this Halloween special. This is Costa. Costa's joining us.
Hello, thank you for having me. Easy, I'm your father. Well, I guess I'm too young to be your father, but anyway.
You probably are, yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk Halloween. I'm happy to talk. Here I am.
There he is.
I'm excited. This is gonna be lots of fun. And I got some Halloween stories. So
can't wait to hear him. Thanks again for joining. And also here with us, Sinister S Beam. How you doing, S Beam? Oh, I think you're muted.
No, I'm no longer muted. All right.
There you go. No, you were muted.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here. And yeah, Halloween's awesome. So
it is. I agree. And as you can tell, I tried to dress for the occasion. I don't know if I'm not this pale, but maybe I didn't put enough white makeup on. But yeah, got that. These bags are real, though. Those, being a parent, that's all real. No, just saying. But yeah, so apparently collecting. Let me start off by, maybe I should look in the camera. Let me start off with that. So this idea came from the idea that I noticed there's a lot of us collectors, myself included, and these two gentlemen here that are parents or who have families. And so I figured I'd create a show that addresses or touches on topics that have collectors trying to balance life, family, kids, adulting, and being a collector, right? Because that could be kind of challenging. So these hopefully reoccurring episodes will be topics that will cover that stuff and discuss things related to that, right? How we deal with that, how we manage our time, how we can squeeze that in, that hobby that we love so much. So as I mentioned in the beginning, this is my first stream and video, let alone, right? So kicking it off, I have these two gentlemen here. So disclaimer, right? We're Halloween and going along with that scary theme. My skills here on this live stream, my first live stream may be scary. So just an FYI, I'm work in progress, right? You gotta learn to crawl or walk before you can run. Although in the future, I may probably do more of a jog than a run. But yeah, so just hang on for the ride, right? Just bear with me. Still new to this, but I appreciate all your feedback and comments, any suggestions you guys may have from the panel here or you out there watching, whether it's now or on the replay. So I thank you for all your support and your patience with me as we get through this. But overall, we're just here to have fun, right? That's all this is. Like you hear the other streamers say, it's all about having fun, the love of collecting. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our icebreaker here. And thank you for those of you watching who have tuned in right now, who are watching. Thank you, and for those who come in along the way, I'm sure we'll see them as they pop in. All right, so let's see. I think you guys can do that right. First topic, the icebreaker, Halloween traditions. So I know Costa has some stories. Seems like he has multiple. So we'll start with S Beam first, just in case. I want to give Costa some time to tell the stories, but maybe I don't know. Maybe S Beam, Sinister S Beam, has quite as has many as well. So start us off as being, what are your typical holiday or Halloween traditions, I should say, past, present, future, anything memorable, or just what a typical Halloween consists of in the Beam household?
It's the typical Halloween. I'm as a chef, as a cook, most of my life. Then I usually don't have the luxury of having nights off. So when I do, it's usually just the typical dressing up and having fun, going out and trick or treating. Yeah. Sometimes I'll dress up with them. Sometimes I won't. But well, for the most part, I'll do dress ups with them too. Like one year I was Yandu. One year I was Batman, of course. I still have that Batman costume. But yeah, we try to go for themes together. Like my son wants to be Link this year, so we're gonna try to do that.
Nice. Link from Zelda, the Zelda games.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Breath of the Wild. That's what he wanted to do. So
yeah. Do you guys normally do like family themes every year?
We try to, unless work gets in the way, of course. But.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you. Gotcha. Any memorable stories from your past or your childhood that you care to share, from Halloween related, or anything that stands out to you?
No, nothing that too stands out. My childhood's pretty lame in that sense. It was just pretty freaking straightforward as far as going out and trick or treating. Nothing too major. I mean, we've done pumpkins every once in a great while, but we did Walking Dead pumpkins about 6 years ago now, maybe 7 years ago. That was fun. I mean,
Walking
it's just
Dead,
those,
you said?
yeah, the Walking Dead. My brother did one of Glenn, and I think he tried to do one of Rick. I can't remember. But yeah, The Walking Dead was pretty fun.
Sorry, we gotta get fire going here. Sorry for those stories. It's like we gotta get around the fire here.
But yeah, for the most part, our Halloweens were pretty straightforward. Dress up, go out and get some candy, and nothing too major happened.
Okay, nice. Thanks for sharing. Costa, I know you got some story to share with us, so let it all out. Let those Halloween stories fly. The floor is yours.
Well, as for Halloween traditions, first, once October rolls around, we watch Over the Garden Wall, like I would say a few times in the month of October. The whole family, we love it. It's such a great animated mini-series, and I recommend it. Over the Garden Wall, great story. My neighborhood here in Philadelphia is probably one of the best neighborhoods to trick or treat in, to the point that people come from other neighborhoods and drive in to our sorry, I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, no worries.
And our so people like pretty much bust their kids in, and it is just packed, every street, crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, just so many people trick-or-treating and bringing their kids. Like, I'm talking about driving in. It's not like just coming over from the next neighborhood. They're coming from, a few miles away just, to trick-or-treat in our neighborhood, which I love it. I love seeing all the costumes. The kids are great. We have a house they usually do like a haunted house, but like they really do a haunted house.
Like you walk in it like haunted house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So there's like fire coming off of the roof. They have this like the flamethrower thing that like shoots up into the air. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that and as for the kids, like my son is he'll be 21 in May, so he's 20, and he's trying to figure out how he could trick or treat still. Because it's that much fun here in the neighborhood. But
but yeah, I have a 7-year. Well, she's 8 now. Oh my god! Last week was her birthday. Don't tell her I called her 7. So I have 2 20-year-olds, a 17-year-old, and an 8-year-old. So the big kids, if the ones that aren't living with us will come over, they'll take the little one out, which is great, and I'll be out front handing out the candy. So like, I will wear this mask. I have a T-shirt from, I think it was Star Wars Weekends at Disney, where it's the Darth Vader, his chest plate and everything, and then you have a Velcro cape, so you don't have to like have a big ass, a big ass cape or the whole outfit. So it's just very, low key Darth Vader. I have gloves too. I forgot about that. I bought gloves, Darth Vader gloves, and one of those like telescoping
lightsabers, laser swords.
Yeah. So yeah, and the kids love it because like every once in a while where's the button? I don't know if it'll do it. Yeah. Oh well, it's giving you the my mask is off version of it. So
yeah,
Luke,
no, that's cool. I
love
that.
See you with my own eyes. Yeah,
my own
eyes. So yeah. Now, as a kid, I would try to be economical with the trick or treating. So I would do a couple of courts. At the time I was living in Baltimore, do a couple of the courts, and then change costumes and do them over like 3 or 4 times. So I'd go through like 3 or 4 different costume changes because I didn't want to walk like too far away,
Yeah.
And if you got good candy at those places, you want to go revisit them.
Yeah, none the wiser. Yeah.
So yeah, they don't know it's me. You have a bunch of different masks. So yeah, I would get candy that way, a lot of it. So and one rule we have. I was gonna say one rule we have for all the kids.
Yeah,
they can have candy for dinner. Legit, they don't have to have dinner. They can eat all the candy they want that day. After that,
nice.
They can't, yeah.
Yeah.
So
is that like a monkey's paw thing where like, yes, you can have all the candy today, and then like they eat it all and they get all sick the next day and all hurting?
Oh, I wish my 8-year-old can pound some candy, man, and not feel a thing. So yeah, that's
to be young.
Yeah, right? So yeah, so that's, those are our little traditions. We have, we decorate. What I would love to do is get a smoke machine at some point, like really get crazy. This year, I bought the Haunted Mansion soundtrack, so it's like the soundtrack to the ride, because that's one of my favorite rides at Disney. So I'm gonna play that. We have the Over the Garden Wall soundtrack, which is awesome too. So yeah, lots of fun happening.
So I'm not familiar with Over the Garden Wall. You said that was you said it was an animation or an animated movie?
Yeah, well, no, it's on Cartoon Network like years ago, and yeah, it is available on Hulu and HBO Max if you have either of those services. And it is like it's a great little story about this these 2 brothers that get lost on Halloween, and they end up in this fantastical world, and because it starts off grounded in the real world, and then it just goes into this crazy journey of these 2 kids, and it had some good voice actors in it. Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, I can't. The guy who played Frodo, I forgot his name right now.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood, yes. Yeah, so it has a really good voice cast. Tim Curry.
Wow.
John Cleese is in it. Yeah, so it's. I mean, this shirt. Those are the 2 brothers And then this is one of the stories. There's a town where everybody wears pumpkins on their head, like live pumpkins on their head, and then the real reveal at the end, you find out why everybody kind of like looks like this, and it's kind of creepy, but it always has like, it's uplifting a little, you know, at the end something good happens. So
okay. So it sounds like a kid-friendly. Well, it sounds that just is.
It is
explaining that character.
Well, it is. I mean, for me, we let our 8-year-old watch it, so, and she's been watching it for the last few years. It's not like too scary. It's not like we're, you know, it's It or something. Which she kind of saw it at one point, and I'm not allowed to get Pennywise in the house.
Wait,
so.
the remake it or
the new It? No,
I see.
We have the original. We have the original on DVD downstairs from the miniseries, but so every once in a while she'll wanna like sleep in our bed. So back then when it came out, she was, you know, much younger, and her mom and I, we love Stephen King, and we love the book It, and her, you know, her mom's been dying to see the movie, so it was on one of the streaming services when it just came out, and she would just, you know, she's in our bed, and we're like, listen, you might want to go go to bed. We are going to watch this movie. And she just sat there, she watched it, she wasn't scared at first, and then volume 2 came out, and she was like, no, I don't like clowns, I don't like any of this. I showed her the in-art Pennywise. Nope. No in-art Pennywise for me.
That was your daughter, you said? Your 8-year-old?
Yeah.
So do you guys, I was like, one of the things I was thinking about was like having kids, right? When I think back when I was younger and horror, Halloween themed, right? It's just watching scary movies, whether unintentionally or just because my parents wanted to watch them, and so I just happened to see it. And I still remember, you know, waking up in the middle of the night and like knocking on the door, like, can I lay with you? Just because I was like so scared. So now I try to keep that in mind. So I'm the same way with my kids. When we have something, I wait till they're in bed to watch it, or I don't let them watch anything too scary because I know that's what's going to happen. So I try to. And speaking of, sorry, I probably should have brought this up earlier. I have also 2 kids, and an 8 and a 5-year-old. My oldest is a girl as well, so she's also 8, and probably should have went through it. And then you said, Costa, you had 3, right? 2 older.
I have 4.
4, okay.
2. So when my wife and I got together, she had 2 and I had 1, and then we had 1 together. The oldest 2 are like 6 months apart. They're both in college. And then my middle daughter, she is a senior in high school, and then the little one is in 2nd grade. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And Beam, you have 2 sons, is that right? I know you have at least 1
I
son.
have 3 kids.
Oh, you have 3 kids, okay.
Yep. Oldest is a daughter, she's 13, 11-year-old, and a 6-year-old.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, so you have the spectrums. We're all still pretty young. We're all we all kind of know that how that can be, but it's you know, like you guys have mentioned, this is fun, right? Sharing this holiday. There's let's see here. So I just pulling my mic here. Gotcha. Okay, thanks for that heads up there. And so thank you for sharing the Halloween stories. It is fun, you know. For us, our tradition is kind of similar to your guys. You know, we have a theme every year. We have costumes that we pick. We take turns. You know, each one of us picks a theme, so that way no one's left out. So, like my 1 year, I'll pick a theme for all of us. Then next, my wife, and then my son will pick a theme, and then my daughter will pick a theme, and kind of rotate when we can, basically. So I think this year, what was it? Oh, Toy Story, right? It was my wife's turn, so we're all doing Toy Story related costumes this year, and we'll take them out early. You know, while there's light out, I'll take the kids out when we come back. Then that's when I put on my other costume. I have an Oogie Boogie costume with the big mask from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'll give out candy with that mask on, just because we love Nightmare Before Christmas, right? So all our outdoor decorations are inflatables. We have Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and I have all the Diamond Select figures. I think I have about all of them, and I put out every Halloween, and yeah, we kind of do it up, and we sing the song all the time. And, yeah, it's just one of the things that we love here. That's us.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, just want to shout out those watching. Thank you. Let's see, we have Joey Zambrano. Thank you for watching, tuning in. Tyria, I keep forgetting whether it's Tyria or Tyria. Do you guys remember?
I don't know, and I had this issue yesterday during my live stream, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. People butcher my name all the time, and I don't like it, and I don't want to butcher your name.
Yep, I understand that 100%.
Yeah, Sean, yeah. Shane, Sean, yeah. And then obviously Costa out there saying what's up, everybody. So appreciate you. Keep them occupied. Thank you, Costa. And yeah, thank you again all for tuning in.
It's Tyria.
Tyria, okay, got it.
Oh, it's okay, LOL, but it doesn't matter. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
I just want to make sure I'm saying people's names correct. That's just me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Tyria. Okay,
right.
Keep forgetting. Sorry. But yes, another supporter. Thank you for always supporting me and being friendly in the chat, Tyria. It's one of the friendly ones out there and being interactive and active in the chat there. So yeah, good to see you here. I appreciate your support. All right, going on to the next topic here. So again, as I mentioned, we discuss figures and family, right? Balancing life and being a collector. So going on to the collector portion, favorite horror figures, statue or collectible that you have currently in your collection, something that you don't have a favorite one, maybe something that's semi-favorite, something that you've had for a while, something that you can kind of, I don't know, that you just kind of gravitate towards. SB, we'll start with you. Do you have anything in particular you wanted to share?
This is my favorite from NECA. As far as horror concerns.
Oh, nice. Let me see if I can enlarge you here.
Is that American Werewolf in London?
It is. The American Werewolf from American Werewolf in London. This is like my favorite horror movie of all time. It just clicks all the right notes as far as the movie is concerned. What a good horror movie is. The music, the audio. I would really love a David and Jack in 6 scale. I would love this werewolf in 6 scale if I could, but that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, confession, I have yet to see that. It's on my to-watch list, but that's one of the few horror movies that I haven't seen. American Werewolf in, there's London and then Paris, right? There's 2, or is there another one?
London. You can discount Paris if you want. You don't
okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
It was good, but it wasn't great, you know.
You said the figure was good?
The American Werewolf in Paris. They tried, but they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't succeed.
Gotcha. Yeah, their NECA stuff, NECA horror stuff. A lot of the figures that I have from them, aside from Ninja Turtles, is a lot of their horror stuff, because they kill it with their movie line. A lot of their movie stuff is pretty good. And I'll share mine. I'll go last here, but yeah, I got a couple that I brought out.
I have a couple
Costa,
Gremlins
what about you?
around here too.
Sorry, you have a couple of Gremlins from NECA?
Yep.
Yeah, they make some good stuff. Their paint apps and their sculpting is what the movie stuff is.
For that scale, yeah, they do really good job. Really good job.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Costa, you have a favorite horror figure, statue, or collectible?
I don't have any horror figures, but if I were to get any, I would have to go with either. Actually, I would get both of them, Freddy and Jason, because as a kid, like with Friday the 13th, I remember in 8th grade, a friend of mine and I, we decided it was the year when Jason Takes Manhattan came out, and we're like, we're gonna rent all of the Friday the 13th and just watch them, and then the night after we're done watching them, we'll go and see Jason Takes Manhattan. And I wasn't even 17. Yeah, so I was still young, but somehow we got into these movies. So back in the I guess the not 80s or 90s? No, 80s. That was 80s. Still, you could do as a kid, you could get away with a lot and go to all kinds of R-rated movies that you probably couldn't get into now. Anyway, we watched every single Friday the 13th and went to see Jason Takes Manhattan. So that has like a little place for me to, that hang with a friend and going and seeing and watching every single movie, which was interesting because you don't realize, Jason's not in the first one, and then the fifth one, it's an imposter, and it's just crazy. But yeah, those two, because I kind of did the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street. Watched all of them, and then went to which one was number 7? I think it was number 7. I was gonna go see. Yeah. So which one's the one with his daughter, and then goes into his
Wes Craven's
It was the one where his daughter.
The Final Nightmare.
Yeah, it might be Freddy's Dead. Yeah, it might be Freddy's Dead. Yeah, it has to be Freddy's Dead. But yeah, when did that, although Wes Craven's New Nightmare was kind of like going back old school hardcore, like it's much more intense with the horror compared to the ones that followed after the first Nightmare on Elm Street, where Freddy became more of a comedian, and then I'm gonna say a pun and then murder you.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a trend, right, with those movies when they did that. The initial ones, they wanted to make an impact, right? So they were actually scary, like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the first Child's Play. But then especially Child's Play, as it went on, it started, I don't know, I guess that was the thing to make it more comedic, comedy, horror type of thing. And so, yeah, I didn't understand that. But yeah, I would argue Child's Play to this day still holds up. I mean, that movie is still well done, and it's one of those movies. Yeah, like I can still watch it, and I think it still holds up. So that's just great. So you said Jason was the figure, and what was the other one? Oh, Freddy.
So Jason and Freddy.
From what lines?
I know.
From what?
I think Sideshow makes them, right? They're
Sideshow has the Freddy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, 1/6. I'm tempted. Or is it still available? Anyway, I just, thinking of how what I have and where it would fit. I will have like a case full of just like movie figures that I like. So, I have the Godfather figures. I have Peter Sellers. So just like even the Back to the Future figures, they're more like I would put them in like a movie series shelf if I was gonna do a display. So I mean, I could still fit them in somewhere. So maybe I'll get them. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. I have going back to the figures. I got a bunch of Halloween figures that I wanted to do a Halloween shelf as well. I haven't got around to it again, parenting, but and life. So I haven't got around to it, but like you guys were saying, I have these Halloween themed figures. Going back to, like I was mentioning, Child's Play. I got this. Bam. There we go. All right. Can you guys see me? Okay. You still hear me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So, how to get this one right? Even though, right when I opened the box, this came in. It gave me chills as soon as I saw this, because this photo right here, just this look when he was like this. This is the NECA, and this figure. Let me see. I got tilted this way. And this figure is awesome. Which, again, going back to NECA and the detail and the paint, they have the different faces. I don't know if you can see here. From 1, 2, and 3, right? So you can swap them out. Oh, I got the glare there. Sorry, the reflection. There we go. But yeah, and I don't know if you guys remember the movies, but there's the third one where his half his face gets sliced off at the carnival, so that's in there, and then the look from the second one, and I think there's another one there, but yeah, that was just cool. That's just so I got that one, and then another creepy scary one.
Oh yeah,
Hellraiser.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, NECA. Sorry for those who are sensitive or sensitive to gore, but there's some stuff. There's some chest openings there, some scratches. So speaking of, not chest opening, but Hellraiser. Have you guys seen the latest one, the Hulu original, the remake? I think
Not
it
yet,
is.
no.
No, okay. Yeah, it was decent. It was pretty good. I thought it was okay. Compared to, I guess, from what I remember of the original first one, I think that one was a little more slow. This one at least was a little more interesting. I thought, I guess, in my opinion.
The first, my wife and I watched the original just a couple last week, and we're like, wow, this is really slow. Where the like,
yeah,
Pinhead shows up like for a second in the beginning, and then it's just like this long drawn out thing, and I'm like, did I remember this wrong? Did was it were the movies after it the ones that like kind of gave it its you know, legend, and it's I don't know, like Pinhead's a cool fit character, and the Cenobites are cool as you go on. You have the different ones that come along, but the first movie is very, very slow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it is. It's definitely, it was memorable, and I think I saw the newer ones more recently. I think like the sequels, and but yeah, the gore in this remake, it still made me cringe. You know, there's some moments where I was like, oh, you can like you feel it. I think they did a good job with the.
Okay.
I believe there were practical effects, but I wasn't paying too close attention. It might have been a mix, but yeah, it was. Yeah, there were some scenes there I was like, I was just cringing, but yeah, so I think they did a good job with that too. So that was just.
I gotta step away for just one moment, Villas. Just one moment.
Yep, no worries. Do your thing. All right. So let's see here. Going on to our next one, and Costa, correct me if I'm wrong, but you still have a hardish out at 4, right? About half an hour-ish?
4 Pacific. Yeah, my we have a date with the wife.
No, yep, I totally get
whenever we get a chance, listen, you probably understand. Whenever you get a chance and you have a babysitter, you take it. Take it.
In your case, your older kids, are they around?
Well, only the one in our only one in high school. So the older 2 are out of the house, and then next year we're gonna be just down to the 1. To the 8-year-old. So that's gonna be interesting.
Then it goes back to you being limited on date nights again, right? Because right now you have the advantage of having your I guess your middle kid watching the younger one. Right?
Yeah, we get her once a week for one day.
Yeah.
So
nice.
So yeah. So we take advantage whenever we can. She's well compensated.
Nice. Yeah. Good.
Another reason to go back to the figures, like how you know, horror figures. My first wife, I was never allowed. Like, I wanted to get, because I don't know if it was McFarlane. I think it was McFarlane Toys that did like the Freddy and Jason and a bunch of those.
Oh, originally, the movie Maniacs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted them so bad, but I was not allowed to get them because my ex-wife, her parents took her. Her parents were 17 when they had her, right? They took her at the age of 5 to go see Friday the 13th, and that just kind of like that traumatized her. So I wasn't allowed to bring any no Jason in the house. So it's been a while. Like when the little one leaves, I'll be able to have all the horror figures. I mean, I guess I could get them and keep them in the box until she leaves. Yeah. But like the Pennywise, I thought it would be cool because we have. I mean, one of the reasons why I have the name Pop Culture Living Room is that my wife and I were making a pop culture living room. So we have like statues and things that we both like. She has her studio Ghibli stuff with Miyazaki. She's a big Hayao Miyazaki fan. A lot of anime. Have Star Wars stuff down there. We have really nice artwork from for Star Wars down there. Like it's real. It's like a classy pop culture living room. So, and I would do my videos down there when I started, and I was just like, just call myself pop culture living room. So.
Yeah, I was wondering where that name came from, the pop culture living room. I was like, I just keep forgetting to ask, but I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for sharing the origin of that.
Yeah, the other thing is, it kind of was a self-fulfilling thing with me making these cases, because they end up in your living room, so it's kind of like...
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things when we finally bought our house a few years ago, I was telling my wife, I was like, okay, I want one room for my man cave, and I'll try to keep everything within there, right? So I've been good so far, but like I was telling, being backstage, that I think we were already in there as well, Costa. But yeah, it's starting to get a little crowded in here, and so it's gonna have to start bleeding out somewhere. And I was telling her, I was like, I did my best. I did it for this long, so yeah, I might have to become pop culture living junior at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, no. Yeah, I plan on putting one detolf out in the family room next to the TV, and putting movie figures there, right? So my movie figure Hot Toys. I figured that could be a nice display piece, right? To have next to the TV.
It's
little,
themed
companion piece, I guess. Right? Have like all my Avengers Endgame figures there, and what else? I have some other movie-related figures coming, but I can't really get it top of my head. But all right, so that was our favorite horror figures or collectibles. Next topic we got here lined up, and I think some of you I think we may have touched on this already. Oh no, this one, here we go. I skipped one. Figures that our kids are or were afraid of. I think you may have already touched on this, but if you want to clarify a little more, as being you're there, do you have any figures that your kids are afraid of or were afraid of that you kind of have to hide or put away somewhere specifically so they don't see them?
My kids were, I wouldn't say really scared, but enamored with Pennywise. I don't have him anymore, but yeah, Pennywise was one they would just come in and stare at and like, is it gonna move? Because it was frightening for them, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was the only one. I don't have too many other horror figures. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't imagine how that people with kids get that in art Pennywise. I wonder how they're going to feel when they see it, because that's.
Right.
I mean, the Hot Toys one is good. Obviously, that's been the debate and the conversation lately. But that inner one just takes it that little bit further, and just a
little more realism
on the texture of the skin and the forehead. I'm just like, man, wow, that looks pretty realistic. If the final comes out looking like that, the final production, the mass production one. How about you, Costa? I know you mentioned Pennywise earlier, and did you say you had it still, or did you sell yours as well?
No, I didn't. I didn't get it because of that.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, got it.
I was forbidden getting it. As for other figures, I don't know. I don't think she's afraid of any of these.
No? Okay.
No, I'm trying to think. Do we have something downstairs in the living room? No, I don't think right now I have anything that she's afraid of.
Okay.
But if I did get the Pennywise is definitely a no-no.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think that figure does look cool, and I'd be tempted to get it maybe when my kids are little. But yeah, I didn't get it for that reason, just because I think it would probably stay in the box most of the time, right? Even for Halloween, I think it's too scary to where I think they've heard of the clown, right? The clown, but they haven't seen the movie. I haven't allowed them to again for the whole nightmares thing. It's gonna,
oh yeah,
sleep.
That was a good move.
Yeah, clown. Yeah, so yeah. Other than that, I don't. Other than these two figures I showed earlier, I also don't really have too much displayed out. For the kids to be afraid of, but that's to say, I think I kind of set a rule anyways that they can't come in my room without me, just because fragile, sensitive stuff in here. Don't want to wreck and shop while I'm away. But yeah, it's one of the rules I have in the house. Right? It's like you can't come in my man cave unless I'm here with you. Supervise, just in case. I'm sure you guys know how it is. You guys have a similar rule, or what? How do you go about that?
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's Beam. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I missed what you'd asked. One of the kids was actually trying to.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah. Do you have a specific rule about allowing kids in your man cave or your den or your getaway?
No. I mean, I think it's pretty good idea to just let them in on what you're doing, as far as especially with the collectibles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one reason why we have glass door cases, right? Because so they don't sit there touch them willy-nilly, I guess. But yeah, for the most part, they respect the space, and they know not to come in unless they're invited in. You know, like,
okay,
come on
gotcha.
in here. You know?
So somewhat similar, yeah. So unless like you're in there, then, right? Are they allowed to go in there when you're not in there?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Same. That sounds like. And what about you, Costa? Is that pretty much similar, or what? How's your what are your rules like there?
Well, I've been pretty lucky. The little one doesn't come in here at all, even if I'm not in here. She has her own thing going on. This room doubles as my office for work, my studio, my display room, and that couch comes out into a bed. So when we have people over, it they sleep on the pull-out. So yeah.
Oh.
So when I have so when the older kids or my parents come over, I lose my room.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Gotcha. Do you get kind of
I'm sad.
nervous while they're in here, like overnight and you're sleeping? And you go, man, I'm not gonna be okay.
No,
Like,
no, but I do. No, but I do screw with them. I'm like, as soon as I shut these lights off, you better be careful that these figures don't come out of the case.
Yeah.
Now, there's some magic in this room. I'll be careful. Because it can be kind of scary. It can be kind of scary. Could you imagine? Like, also, these lights are hooked up to like the Google Assistant. So if somebody, so if you're asleep up here and somebody downstairs accidentally says to light up all the lights, this one lights up too, and that would freak the crap out of me if I'm like sleeping in the room and I don't know that these are hooked up to a smart device. So.
Oh yeah, that's
so,
probably.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Have you messed with your guests that way? Like you'll say Google, what is it? Google turn on lights, and what do you call them? Like display, and like turn on in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, this one's display one. Yeah. But we have screwed around with the kids with the Google. Sometimes, like when we're out, when we're on a date or whatever, and the kids are home, we'll play songs through the Google from the phone. Like we'll be like, hey, play the chicken dance, and just out of nowhere, they're like, what's going on? Why is the chicken dance playing? After a while, after a few times, they know it's us.
They can,
yeah, screwing around. And the other cool thing about the Google app is like you can send a broadcast from anywhere into your house. So you can press down broadcast, say the message that you want to say, and then like 2 seconds later it broadcasts through all of the speakers in the house whatever you mentioned in your thing. So it records you and sends it. So that's another way to screw with them if you want to.
Nice. Yeah, I think I have I use the Siri environment. So I think the HomePods have a similar thing. They call it intercom, right? So you can say, hey, blank intercom, and it does the same thing. It doesn't, but it's not, obviously like a walkie-talkie two-way situation thing. It's just kind of like a record your message and send it. It sounds like Google does the same thing.
Well, yeah, but they can then after it says, would you like to respond? Or would you like to send a message? And then they can send stuff back. So if we can't get to them on their phones, we'll be like, hey, what's going on? We've been trying to get you. Call us.
Yeah. While you're away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your lights back there, Beam, are those are those on some sort of like, are those smart lights, or do you have some sort of control?
They're all remote control.
Are they? Okay, nice. Yeah. I think when I do mine, I think I mentioned this in one of your streams, Costas. I plan on doing some sort of smart light so I can kind of do something similar, right? Change them on the fly and set up different scenes and automations and stuff. But yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, were you going to add to that?
No, I was just gonna mention. I think I'm gonna. I think you meant. I don't know that you wanted to do like the multicolored lights. I don't know if that was the same thing. I think I'm gonna put a layer of them in there, so like you won't be able to see them, and it'll. If I want to, mix it up. But I like the brightness of these, so.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I want to have the strips that have both the white LEDs, so for true white, and then the multicolor ones, right? Because the multicolor ones you can't get true white; it's more like a blue. But they do sell some LED strips that have both the LED types on there. So I think I'm gonna get those. I think the Hughes, the Philip Hughes have that. So that would be something I'll look at. I know they're expensive, but I have other Philips Hue lights in my house and they look pretty reliable. All right, so figures that our kids were afraid of. How about figures that we'd like to see made that haven't been made? I know we touched on some figures that we would like to get, but are there currently any figures that you would like to see made that haven't been made by any toy company? And Speem, we'll start with you.
Well, like I mentioned before, I want to see Jack and David from American Werewolf. That'd be phenomenal. I think there was a third party, but I don't know if it actually came to fruition. But the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. That guy would be kind of cool.
That would be be a good figure. That I forgot about that one. Yeah.
But other than that,
would it have like
things that have already been made? I think. Yeah, the wings would be cool.
The wings, right? You would come like the wings as accessory, and then like maybe like two different setups, right? Like a head, you did swap out heads, maybe with one with like the long hair and the hat, and then
he's got that kind of predator mandible as well. So
yeah. Oh man, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. That's a good one. Nice, good choice. You have another one, or is that the main one?
That's about it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll stick with that one. Costa, what about you? Have you given this any thought?
Yeah, I think it would be cool to have like a 1-to-1 prop replica of the clown from Poltergeist.
Man,
that would be freaky, right? But I think that would be cool.
Freaky, yeah.
Did anybody do the Babadook? Because like if that's
not that I'm aware of,
a crazy movie. That movie is just that's a mind. Like it.
What was that one about?
Really well, this writer was like slowly becoming, at least the way I viewed it, she was slowly becoming crazy and having these oh my god, I just saw this movie. She had a son, or she has a kid, and she's being tortured by this entity, but in the end, I don't know if I should say anymore, because like what I think, all right, my thoughts on it are, she was getting these like notes, or somebody was writing stuff to her, and it's vague ending, but the way my wife and I thought about it was that she was actually the one doing it all, but not realizing that it was her. But I don't know. It's a good movie. I would recommend it. And the last thing I would probably, it'd be cool to have like some secondary characters for these slashers, have some victims,
Yeah, some random.
Or even like Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street, or even listen, Hot Toys does a bunch of Johnny Depps. They could do Johnny Depp from Nightmare on Elm Street. So that, and then you have like a piece that has the blood The bed. He could have like
Yeah.
the bed as a diorama base,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
like a spout of blood connected
Coming
into
out,
the
yeah.
thing. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. So you're looking for more like some side characters or
Yeah, well-
companion pieces to the main horror ones that we have out already.
They've done a lot of, when you get popular horror movies, it seems like they sell so the companies make them. I think we're finally getting Kurt Russell's character from The Thing in 1/6 by Mondo. I think they're doing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So that I love. The Thing's great. And then I can't think of like anything else that hasn't been made.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Was the
It's tough, right?
Candyman?
They
Did
did-
somebody make the Candyman? Did somebody make the Candyman? No.
I know NECA did. I don't know if they anything any
Okay.
bigger scale, but yeah, NECA has a Candyman.
Okay.
Of course, right? Yeah, NECA. I think NECA nailed them all.
There may have been a third party. I think I remember seeing a third party 6 scale,
Oh, really? A Candyman?
but it's been a while.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, as far as ones that I was thinking of, mine, yeah, I agree. They've made all the classics, right? They're all different scales. But the ones that I would like to see that I don't think have been made, I haven't really done too much digging around, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space, those would be
Oh,
figures.
yes.
Not really as like scary, more of like, again, one of those comedy horror movies, but yeah,
Mhm.
those are just
Yeah.
cool looking characters. Those would be good, and they had different accessories, right? I was thinking of one of them come with like the twirly straw and the big cotton candy body thing, stuff like that. That would be kind of like just little ray guns, or the little mini one, the little killer clown with the boxing gloves. He comes out and he's like fighting that one guy because he crushed his his bike, I think, his little tricycle. You remember that? You guys remember that?
It's been so
Yeah,
long.
Yeah, those would be fun. And then one that I keep kind of throwing out in the chat whenever this is brought up, this question about figures you'd like to see made in general, is Darkness from Legend, the movie Legend with Tom Cruise
Oh, yes.
from the 80s. Yeah.
Well, the
that
Swamp Witch
character-
would be super creepy
Oh,
as well.
yep. Exactly. Yeah, those two. Yep, I agree. Yeah, just having those two would be awesome. Both those, the makeup and the effects on that was just awesome. Really memorable and stuck with me. And one of the movies I still go back and watch too. But yeah, that's just awesome. So yeah, those would, I think, I know McFarlane, again, going back to the movie Maniacs from back in the day, they did a Darkness. I think they did a couple different versions. But I haven't seen one in a bigger scale. And the Swamp Witch, I don't think anyone's ever made that figure. But yeah, that would definitely be a good one. But yeah, all good choices, all good picks from you guys. And let's see here, going on to our last topic, we're cutting it down. I think we're pretty good on time. Past and present Halloween costumes. I know we touched on this in the beginning a little bit with traditions, but SB, are there any memorable or kind of either scary or fun Halloween costumes that you and your family have done, or that you guys plan to do, or maybe this year? I don't know if you want to share anything that you haven't already.
Yondu was definitely my funnest one that I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
You went
big,
full makeup
I
on
got-
that? You painted like your
Yep.
whole
painted my
face and
whole
lines?
face blue, cut my hair, make it shorter.
Yeah.
Gave
Wow.
myself a mohawk, put some
Nice.
red paint in there too. So
Wow, you even shaved your head and went the mohawk route? Nice.
Yeah.
Dedicated. Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, it was fun times. I wonder if
How long did it take you to do?
it's about a little over an hour, I think.
Okay, it's not too bad.
So yeah, I'm not sure if it's still on my Instagram or not.
Oh, you said you shared it, or you will share it?
If it's still there, I might.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if it's still on my Instagram. I deleted a lot of other stuff from my Instagram. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, I have to take a look at your back if you still have that. Let me know if you have that there. In the meantime, we'll go on to Costa. How about you? Any memorable, fun, scary Halloween costumes from the past, or any big ideas for this year?
I went as sexy Napoleon Dynamite. I'm kidding.
Elaborate. How does one make them
Listen.
even sexier? Even
Listen,
sexier.
I went one year. I went back to. I went to Florida State, and one year I drove back for a game to go see a game, and it was during Halloween. And my friend who came with me. We were at a party, and it was a costume party, and somebody was dressed up as a sexy Kip, his brother in Napoleon. And I'm like, what is going on? There's like a sexy butterfly here, and then a sexy Kip. How is this? What is going on with these costumes? For myself, I used to like to gore it up, so I would get like those makeup packs, and there was this one that I really liked where you would put a patch on your eye, and then you would put makeup and latex over it and make it look like your eye got like ripped, like you had like road rash, and like your eye is completely gone, and you're like all bloody and stuff. I like usually Halloween I like to gore it up, but lately I just like only thing I do is hand out candy. I throw the Darth Vader stuff on, and kids love it. Kids love it.
Whatever makes it fun. Add that other there's just like those little touches. I think so for us, let's see. Oh, one memorable let's see if I can pull this up here. One memorable costume for me. So when I was younger, my parents obviously, they did the whole, they dressed me up. And there was one that stuck with me that was it was like ingrained in my brain, in my head, just because like it scared me. I scared myself. They did it it was like very simple and basic, and you might recognize it here. I'm gonna pull it up here. Do this here, and here we go. This might look familiar. So this was a younger me, maybe about like 6 or 7. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
This is kind of an homage here, what I'm doing now. Obviously I didn't do it justice, but yeah, I remember I think my mom said she did this, and and they showed me a mirror after they were done, and I vaguely remember crying. I like seeing it, I got scared, and I was crying. And so I was looking through old photo albums, and I came across this, and I was like, oh man, so to get this. But yeah, this one here was just one that one of the scariest ones for me. And speaking of, I came down, I did the makeup before the stream, and I came downstairs, and my daughter was watching on her iPad, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And she looked, and she did one of these numbers, so she kind of like stared at me, and it took her a second. She's like, oh my gosh. she got you can see genuinely she was scared. And so that kind of made me think back to this scene here. It's just memories. It was fun. But yeah, like I said, other than that, we do the themes every year. Fun wise, I can't think of anything that was we try to make fun. Obviously we try to have fun every year, but this year I mentioned the Toy Story. I think that was other than that one there wasn't anything too scary that I recall. But yeah, I know we've mentioned this in other comments, right? We all remember back in the day when we were younger and we had those vinyl suits, those vinyl like one-piece costumes when we were younger, and like the mask, the plastic mask with the thin rubber band that like pulled your hair, right? And or it would snap and just kind of like kind of hit you. I had a few of those. And there's another question I was meant to ask you guys. Do you guys remember, and Costa, you remind me from your story, do you remember the year when you found out you were too old to trick or treat? Esbeem, do you recall that?
It's probably mid-teens.
Mid-teens, yeah. Do you remember what happened, or like did it click, or what was it?
I think it was 1 year. I think it was just the fact that I couldn't find a costume that year. So I was just like, what the hell, dude? Fuck, screw it. Screw Halloween. Well,
oh, so you just gave up? You didn't even try going like as SB?
But then I would go like the following years. Well, here's the I don't know if it's going to fit.
Oh, yeah, let me...
me as Yandu.
Let me get soloed here again.
Oh, nice.
Bam. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see the mohawk. What'd you use so is that your hair, or did you put like some sort of plastic piece over?
That's my hair. I just did the hair.
Oh, okay. Slicked it back. Nice.
And then That's 1 year as me and the kid is Batman.
Oh, nice. Yeah, is that the Clooney Batman? Which Batman is that?
That was the Affleck
Nolan.
Batman cowl.
Oh, the Affleck. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Let me see if I can go away. There.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, I can tell it now. That's cute.
And then 2020, I was Bro Thor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bro.
That looks great.
Nice. They pull that one off. For a second there, I was gonna say, "Oh, it's Lebowski," but then like it cleared up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't know." That's Thor.
Yep.
Oh,
So yeah, it's been fun.
All right. Yeah, I'll be sure. You said you posted those on Facebook or no? Or you?
Yeah, those were on
or
Facebook.
Instagram?
I just snagged those on Facebook.
Okay, gotcha. I gotta take a look at those, a little more of those photos. But Costa, how about you? Do you remember when you were? At what point you found out you were too old to go trick or treating?
Yeah, I was 33, and it just really bummed me out that year. And so they're like, "Oh, you got a beard." I'm like, "It's not my beard.
So you didn't have? Oh, did you
Not
have
my
a mask on
beard."
or anything or no? Yeah.
No, I'm joking. It was my teens,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have to run. So
Oh, gotcha.
I'm getting
All right.
texts. Yeah. But
You're heading out. Okay.
I hope you continue these. I'm on board if if you ever want. It'd be cool to do some other holidays with like Christmas and stuff. Like there are themed. 1 year she did Nightmare Before Christmas as a theme, and she made the snakes. I want to say sand snakes because they're like in Beetlejuice, but anyway,
oh, the snakes with the guy with the hands for snakes.
Yeah, 1 year
Yeah,
was
nice.
you had to win your presents, so we had to spin the wheel. They had to spin the wheel to see if they would get their present. Yeah, she's great at that stuff. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yep.
This was so much fun. S-Beam, you're the man.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah. So yeah, don't be a stranger, guys, and I appreciate this, Javier. And it was great meeting you in person, like seeing your face and everything. Seeing you on the streams all the time. It's like, you get excited when you see the people that and you're like, "Oh, what's going on, man?" So thanks for having me, and let's do this again sometime, and maybe I'll have you can come on, show off and show some of that stuff that's in the background there. That'd be cool to go through. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and thank you again for your time and being one of my first guests, so I appreciate it. And so I know you got to go, but I'll let you go. Thank you again, Costa. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
All right. So real quick, we're almost, I know we're pretty good here, about an hour in. So I'll just finish up with going on with the past, present Halloween costumes. Oh, no, sorry. The trick-or-treating thing. Yeah, that's right. So one of the things that stuck out for me was, I forgot how old I was, but same, I was in the teens and I went out with my friends and I think I had some costume. I can't remember. But yeah, I was the same. I didn't really try as hard. I forgot why, but I do remember what stuck out was when I went, knocking on the door, and the lady just blatantly told me, she's like, "Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating?" And then at that point, my dreams were crushed. And I got the candy. I turned around, walked away, head down, and then I sat in the curb the next block over, and I just waited there and thought about, like, man, is this it? I had a midlife crisis there at like 16 or whatever that was. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's the...
I'm just tall for my age.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, lady.
Yeah, and then kind of being on the other side of it now, giving out candy, and I kind of see the kids that come up and don't even really try, right? They just come in their normal clothes, and they're after school, they just come up and I still give them candy, but then I think I'm like, like, how do I'm trying to picture myself now in their shoes now, going back. I'm like, okay, how did so this is how it feels like to. Do I feel like they should have a costume to get some candy? I don't know, but I'm a nice guy. Right. I can't deny him, so I just gave them that. Do you think that at all? When you get kids that come to your door that aren't wearing costumes?
You try to give them the smallest candy just for the effort.
Yeah. Here's a stick of gum, or here's some raisins. Yeah. No offense to any of those raisin lovers out there. Sorry, yeah. But yeah, the stuff that the other kids don't really want. But that was all I had. Was there anything you wanted to touch on? You want to plug anything that you're working on? Or any other questions, anything you want to discuss?
No, I think we're good. Other than just I'm on Collecting Weekly later on. They're doing Pose Wars again tonight this evening, so
Oh, okay.
I'll be there. And then on live on my channel every Monday. So if you guys about 4:30 Central Time, about 4:30, 5 o'clock Central Time. So it's usually around 5. So
Okay.
yeah. So if anyone's watching, let's come check us out there. We talk about pop culture and action and figures and whatever comes to our minds at the time. So we'll definitely be talking about Andor on Monday.
Oh, right. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. Yeah, for those of you who don't already follow either Pop Culture Living Room Costa or SVM, I put all their links in social media and everything, YouTube in below in the description. So feel free to check them out when you get a chance. Thank you for all those who are watching or who will watch in the future. I appreciate the support. SVM, again, thank you for coming on last minute. I know it's a short notice.
It's my pleasure,
I
man.
appreciate your time. Again, as parents, family men, I should say, people with families and balancing life. I know time is, it's kind of a little hard to come by. Or it's more, restricted. We get less time. But so I appreciate you coming on. And again, those of you watching, same goes for you guys. You guys and gals, you collectors, fellow collectors. I know it's sometimes hard to come by. So I appreciate you with so much content on there. I appreciate you tuning into my channel. And like I said, I'm looking forward to doing this, having this reoccurring episode. Apparently collecting, we discuss different topics and things. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to figure out a day and time when that's going to be consistent, but be on the lookout for that. Again, all my links to social media platforms are in the description below. And if you liked what you see, you know what to do. I don't think I'm going to beat you over the head with that. I think you guys are all familiar with it. But
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. I appreciate any support you can give. And again, if you have any comments, suggestions, feedback to anything, let me know. I'm open. And if you want to provide any of your answers to some of the things we discussed, feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to address and reply to each one of those. So thank you again, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.